Good morning, y'all. It's your boy Perplex, Cerebral Cortex Reviews. I know y'all can't see me. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, damn near, in Michigan. If you guys live in the West Coast, you guys are about 3 hours behind. But nevertheless, I normally don't talk about politics, but I was reading the news yesterday, and it's saying our current commander-in-chief is trying to go ahead and he's going to be implementing more stimulus packages. Specifically, the report is saying $2,000. The report went further into detail. I don't know if it was CNN or Washington Post or somebody. It's somebody credible though. I got to look at the source and come back with you guys another video. But there's going to be another stimulus package of $2,000 for American taxpayers. It's probably he specifically says he's not going to give a stimulus to the rich. So I know it's going to be an income threshold on that. So if you make a certain amount, just like last time, the last stimulus, you won't get it. And if you're rich, you don't need it anyway. If you're making a lot of money, but nevertheless, $2,000, and it's coming from the tariffs. Is what I'm understanding. The tariffs that Trump put on, all these countries and stuff like that, and it looked like he's redistributing some of that money back to the American people. Now, this is just a bit of news they received from the president. Nothing's been signed off on yet, but he did do a tariff for us before. Not a tariff, but a stimulus for us before, so it's possible. And I think it probably will happen. If you was to ask me, do I believe it's really going to happen? I do, because the post has been put out there already. It's been put out there, and I think it's a win for the American people, especially during this time. A lot of people may say, well, $2,000 ain't a lot of money. Well, shoot. Well, give it to somebody else. I'll take it. I can use it. I can put, food on my table and, maybe go treat myself, go out to eat, whatever. Buy an Xbox game or something, Switch game. Anyway, y'all, tell me what you think about that. Another post I seen yesterday as I was reading the news is they're talking about revamping the mortgages. Instead of, the 30-year mortgage being the cap now, as far as how high you can go with your mortgage. Now they got something in place where they're going to be implementing 50-year mortgages, trying to get millennials such as I and Gen Z to go ahead and be able to get houses. Because right now, if you guys look at the housing market, man, it's insane. It's like, houses that were, especially before COVID, some nice houses, you can get a nice house for like 120 grand, 150 grand. Those same houses are like 350 grand. They double, triple, some of them even quadrupled in price. And then the interest rates are high, You used to be able to get a house before COVID, 2%, 3%. Now houses are going for like 8%, 9%, 10%, stuff like that, So, yeah, man, a lot of people are going against that. I've seen some people criticizing that, 50-year mortgage, because they're like, man, you might as well rent, because if you're going to be paying on a house for 50 years, it's no different from renting, and plus your interest rate going to be so high, and when you do the numbers, man, you're going to end up paying like $1 million on a house that's actually like $400,000. It depends on, what's your credit score, depends on, it's a whole bunch of different variables, man, with buying a house. You guys already know, man, we just can't come up with a summary on that in a little small video like this, man. That's like a 20-minute talk about them breaking down the numbers and everything. But all in all, with a 50-year mortgage, what it does is typically it's supposed to reduce your monthly mortgage. So if your monthly mortgage on a 30-year is going to be supposedly like $3,000, 50-year mortgage, it may be only like $1,000. I'm just giving little rough numbers. I know I'm kind of wrong on some of that stuff, but typically it's how it's supposed to work. But you are going to be paying, because it's the overall debt is stretched out over time for that mortgage. You know what I mean? But and it also depends on your percentage too. So it may not go down. It depends on your percentage. Or what you get approved for. If it's like 10%, you know what I mean? You might not have a small mortgage. I don't know. It depends on the bank and everything. But nevertheless, man, it seems like they're trying to do something to help out the American people, the next generation coming up, such as I, and the generation right behind, the millennials. So tell me what you think about that, guys. Tell me what you think about the the stimulus. Tell me what you think about the 50-year mortgage. It's your boy Perplex, Cerebral Cortex Reviews. I ain't gonna be coming in on talking about politics that much anymore, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do that few and far in between. It's a tech channel. We talk about tech and games and all the good stuff. We don't get into all the crazy stuff, but I thought this was important for you guys to know about. Anyway, I love you guys. Holler at you later. See you tomorrow.